Hey guys, Dale here, back with some more RimWorld, and it has begun. We are going to start paving the roads. I guess we don't need to be paused for this. And as part of paving the roads, we already have flooring down. It's natural dirt floor. Cougar Revenge. Nigel, you'll handle this just fine. Okay, so I'm having them deconstruct the natural floor, which different colonists should prioritize than our construction, like our builders. So they should be doing this kind of simultaneously, and it should help our builders out because, if they start building and there isn't anything to deconstruct first, then they can just keep building. As we go through and kind of put down the broken asphalt roads, we are making some new paths out of asphalt. We're also making some new paths out of dirt. We have this little training ground in the keep area. We don't really have like a path to it. We have paths around it. And so just kind of connecting some of these loose ends up. As we're doing that, I'm also wanting to take care of making sure that we have resources around the base in the right place. We have an overabundance of wood, so we casted that Arboromancer spell. We did it once over here, and it was kind of a mess. And then I did it down here when the forest was really thinned out, but the teak trees didn't really match as the regular forest grew in. So we finally chopped all that down. So we are going to go ahead and put another little timber stockpile over here. We have a bunch of things that need refueling in the keep, so let's store some resources close to it. And we have a timber stockpile that we moved up here for constructing. We're going to leave that there. I think that's fine. These guys can be resupplied here. We should probably put a timber stockpile somewhere out here. Maybe, yeah, maybe I guess that one's pretty close. We could do it right in here. We have this extra space in the garden, and we'll turn our timber orders up just a little bit. Details, let's turn this up to 4,000 actually. And we'll do 3,000 there. And we will do the same thing for this one. Go 4,000. And we will say 3,000 down here. Okay, so they should get through some of that wood. We might also just put some raw wood stockpiles around just decoratively. And in case that doesn't take care of all of our needs, I'm thinking we probably want some timber over here as well. Let's grab one of these guys and we'll just stick a pile right there. I want to do a bunch of other cleanup before we kind of get going with the raids and things. So we'll work on the roads, and I'm also just gonna have someone. Actually, let's take a look at this. So we have a bunch of soil here. We have 4,000 soil. What is the priority? That's important. Let's bump that down to low. And we have a couple bins here. So we're going to get rid of that soil. We're going to get rid of some extra bones and things that we don't need. We're also going to go here and execute all these guys. If we're in the middle of a raid, I don't need these guys busting out of their prison and causing havoc in other parts of the base. So we'll get those guys cleaned up. We'll haul their meat out. We'll haul the soil out. We'll haul bones out. We might do a little caravan trip to sell some of our clothing items as well. So let's put that together too. Okay, we have Julia out here just dumping twisted meat, tons of soil, and tons of bone, and we are sending her back. And then we have the usual suspects doing a trade mission over here to Mirkwood to just lighten our stockpiles up a little bit. And it looks like almost no difference. There's a little bit of a difference there. Okay, we destroyed the Revenant. Esben, oh, you're so fast. Why don't you go ahead and smash the spine so we don't have to deal with that? And just one more Devourer. Genevieve takes care of it, and we don't have to worry about any of these guys escaping while we're dealing with other things. Oops. We're gonna have to rebuild some of that tile. That's fine. We'll just have to be more careful about that in the future. But they're getting on it really, really quick. Okay, Clanier is hauling, and so is Corlon, and Clanier builds floors crazy fast. So these floors only take 1 steel ingot. They only take 2 work, and she is gonna just like plow through them. I think like the longest part of the labor will just be like hauling things to where they need to be. Okay, our caravan has completed their trading mission. They're on their way home. It's the end of kind of our first day of redoing the roads, and I'm liking it so far. You know, we need to expand out this way, but we've gotten this area done. I feel like it makes the park pop a bit more. We've gotten a bunch done up here, and they should be able to like hammer that out really quick. I have kind of started making plans down here. They have started working on it. I want us to have a road that goes off the map that feels like a proper road. So that's going to be this one. And we'll have that road coming through the market and up into the city. I don't think I'm going to remove the floor here. I feel like the city gate should be like, I don't know, pretty prominent. Let me know what you guys think. I did remove the flooring from these gatehouses up here. It just feels like the road flows through and really kind of connects those sections. And so I kind of want that feeling here. I think I might remove it. I'm going to noodle on it. I guess we'll watch them build some more road and we'll just kind of like see if it ends up feeling right. We are going to connect that road that leaves the city or comes into the city, whatever your perspective is. And we're going down through this bridge. We're going to come up through this bridge. We've left some of the dirt here. We're not going to necessarily like fill all that in. I think the asphalt kind of looks like it fades into these roads, and we might do something like we might grab it and just like pull it down just like a little bit so that it looks like, hey, maybe there was road there, but we'll kind of play it by ear and see how it looks as we go. Okay, winding down on day 2, caravans arrived home. We've started kind of working on the lower city. I have decided that we are going to go ahead and bring the road through the gatehouse. And I'm also reminded that we broke up a family and I want to get them back together. So let's get Thalo and Zamrona on the road. They're going to be heading to Wild Run. Let's accept Thalo and your child Zamrona. Direwolves. All of them are female. I guess we'll just have them take the last one that we brought. And they have 3.5 days of food. They'll make it there in 3 days. I think they're going to be fine. We'll just send them as is. I don't want to like stack them with too much stuff as, if they get ambushed, that would just increase the size of the ambush. So can you guys enter? I think once we're on the tile, then they'll have an option to be able to join. So we'll get that taken care of when they get there. Okay, Chelsea's in labor. And so is this going to be her 3rd child? Yeah, they have a daughter. They have a son. So they have Shar and Velius. What are you doing, Chelsea? Let's cancel childbirth. Let's do this. Let's gather for childbirth. And why don't you go to the hospital without trying to haul anything across the map? Okay, we'll check on you in a bit. Okay, she made it. No detours hauling things all over the world. Brenna is attending as the midwife, and Finn is fidgeting in a chair anxiously as the world continues on around them. Okay, any moment now. And a healthy child. Okay, healthy child. You are Uma, Shara, and Velius. I'm not Charlotte. Marae is interesting. I like that. Marae Stormguard. Welcome to the Storm Shore. Okay, we've given her her title. We're going to set her up in this bedroom. It's close to the nursery. Marae, pretty much just shared with her and her siblings at this point. So we have our reigning king and queen, Rowan and Zara, living in the keep. We have our crown prince Finn and Chelsea here, their children, set to inherit the throne after them someday. And then, the rest of House Stormguard is hanging out here with the Ravenscar family, or at least Prince Thero is. Princess Ariel, where did we stick you? Who are you with? You are, actually, you are also in House Ravenscar because you and Xander got together. I remember your scowly faces now. That was just yesterday. Okay, I just noticed that they were extracting honey from the honeycomb, and I was wondering if we had any mead created, and we do. We have like a couple bottles just hanging out, and then we have a full stack in that barrel. We had set it up in the brewery, so alongside the beer that we've been making, we're also making mead, and it looks like we have 3 barrels going. We included in our processes mulberry wine as well. So I think we have some mulberry wine around here. Let's take a look. Wine. We have normal wine. We have mulberry wine. We have wine racks. So mulberry wine and beer here at the Riverview Inn and Tavern. And then I think the regular wine we're keeping here in the keep and also in the cathedral. Yeah, there are so many. One, I don't usually make beer or wine in my games, so it's kind of just neat to see those processes working. But there is so much depth in process with medieval Overhaul. We're also making tons of cheese. We have tons of cow milk, so I think we need to cut back on the Anguses a little bit. But these are all set at different quality levels. This legendary cheese will be, well, it'll be normal cheese in 7 days, so it's got quite a bit to go. We have masterwork cheese. We have, I think, excellent cheese. Excellent, yes. And then these are, I think, auto quality is good or something. So we'll see if any of this cheese manages to come out and get eaten or enjoyed by our colonists before we wrap things up. Oh, I just got Siegfried sitting here enjoying our park. I wasn't sure if the colonists would like come out here and recreate, but we do have this set up as like a gathering spot. Is Sir Lada gonna come hang out with him? It looks like she just came over to do some combat training with him. It feels like if they're gonna do combat training in any of the parks, one that was planned to be a barracks, feels like an appropriate place. Okay, putting the last few pieces of road down here. Actually, what is going on there? I guess we missed a little spot. But pretty much all the plans that we've shared so far are down. So I think what I'm going to do is focus on the upper city, and then we'll go to the lower city, move into Weston and Riverview. Okay, I was wondering what Clenier was doing since she's like our primary builder. Turns out she was coming over here to feed this Angus who apparently lost all his limbs to frostbite. So we'll put that little guy down. We're going to redesign this barn. Apparently we need to... These guys do not deal well with the winters that we have here. And I don't think it was necessarily the winter because it's the middle of winter right now, but we ended September and began December with a cold snap. So Um, we will just get you guys into a barn that we can actually keep warm so that they have somewhere to hide off to. I think, did you lose some limbs also? You're down. And then some of these other guys ended up with some frostbite. Yeah, left ear. But it's not debilitating like it was for these two calves. I guess while we're checking on things, we got most of the upper city done like pretty quickly. We just need to finish off the burial grounds and do kind of like this east side a little bit. But it's just been like a day. Uh, Thaula and Zamrona are less than a day away from Wild Run, so we'll have them join up with them pretty soon, and then we'll get started on the lower city. Um, I think it's only been like 4 or 5 days in game that we've been playing this session. Randy hasn't thrown anything at us. We haven't even had like visitors or anything, so I guess we'll enjoy this peaceful time while we can. We'll see if I just jinxed us, but once we activate this guy, it'll be no holds bar for like 10 days. So a little calm before the storm, as it were. Okay, we finished construction of the roads in the lower city. Upper city is done as well. And then we've queued up all the deconstruction and construction that we'll be doing here on just kind of the entire west side. You can see that we're not carrying this road all the way through in some parts, just because I don't think it makes sense for us to like have like completely paved roads like we do in the city all the way into the farmland. So just kind of like leaving some character there. And like I mentioned before, I think these paths along the shoreline, not necessarily paved, but like people walk them regularly, and so they've developed. Uh, and coincidentally, with the finishing of the roads in the lower city, Rowan has decided to throw a party. Where are you, Rowan? Here in the Roaring Hearth. So, a party for the people with the people in the place that they mostly hang out. It seems like it's mostly just him and the children. It looks like Ray and Finn are coming to join the party. I think everyone was like over here queued up doing some work deconstructing. So they're kind of like making their way over. I haven't checked on Thala in a while. Okay, she's probably been here for like half a day now. Let's go ahead and we're going to add Pawn. Let's add Zamrona. Let's add the Direwolf, and let's add Thala. And so Tayrin, Thala, and Zamrona reunited here in the Wild Run. Okay. Well, Randy hasn't like thrown much at us today, if anything. We reunited a family. We had another princess join the family. Oh, Sadie's taking care of the princess here in the keep. We've had a big celebration in the colony for paving our roads, and I think I'm not going to subject you guys to any more of this like monotonous road building. I think we'll just let them finish this up, and we will come back tomorrow and begin our plans to reactivate the Maelstrom. So we will turn our endgame on with the goal, the roleplay goal, that we'll be using it as a focus for the Eye of the Storm to recreate the Maelstrom here in the Storm Bay. And with wind, thunder, lightning, and magic, we'll be kind of like turning that storm back on and getting it to shield the ruins of Stormhaven. So I guess all here. And hopefully wash out this profane infestation. So, House Stormguard bringing the Kingdom of Storm back into full power to retake their lands. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Sorry it was not a very exciting episode. I'm very excited to kind of like get all these like little details going and finish so we can have a nice end of the series. But as always, until next time, have a good one. Bye.